I'm not much of a Final Fantasy fan. I played through Final Fantasy VII Part 1 Remake, but to be quite honest with you, I had no idea what was going on with the game. Like, I just have never been a fan of the game. I never played the original. It was really the first Final Fantasy game that I was able to get through. I tried playing Final Fantasy 15. It released on Xbox One years and years ago, and it was nonsensical. I couldn't get into it, and I'm not sure exactly what the deal was. If, like, I'm not sure who the characters are or what basically the story is or whatever, but yeah, so it's not exactly my thing. But the interesting thing here is that there's lots of reports now coming out that Final Fantasy 16 is causing PlayStation 5 consoles to overheat. Think about this. This is pretty crazy stuff, and it's not something that is realistically not happening or something that is only happening to certain consoles or whatever. This is actually a pretty widespread problem, and the reason I know this is from a friend of mine, NextGen 720. You guys might know him. We used to do BGST together, kind of introduced me to this whole online world or whatever, and it's interesting because he was doing a live stream playing the game, and his PS5 overheated in the middle of it. And we're seeing lots of it. But now there's multiple reports of Final Fantasy 16 causing PlayStation 5 consoles to overheat. Nobody knows why this is happening, but many are speculating that it could be caused by a buildup of dust in the consoles, which obviously people would have to take apart their consoles and clean them out. I've taken mine apart. So originally, you guys might know this, the last time I played my PlayStation 5 was when God of War Ragnarok came out. It was in November of last year. So, as you can see, quite a long time ago, almost 8 months ago, my console was getting dusty just sitting there. And I regularly dust my consoles because I have a lot of them. Right, just in the general vicinity where I'm at right now, where I'm recording this video, I have a PS1, a PS2 Slim, a PS3, a PS5, Xbox Series X, an Xbox 360, an original Xbox. So yeah, there is a lot of consoles. Oh, Sega Genesis as well. So I dust my consoles. I take care of my stuff. But I noticed that my PlayStation 5 was getting unusually dusty. The way that thing is set up, it just intakes a lot of dust. So you have to take it apart, take the sides off, and clean it out. And so that's what I was doing pretty regularly. And then I found this dust cover for it, since I wasn't going to be using it until Spider-Man 2 came out, and I put that on. So obviously there's complaints from various people, Twitter, Reddit, YouTube. They're not all complaints about this thing being a rare occurrence or anything, but there's a lot of people, and I'm going to link this. Obviously there's multiple videos. This isn't just this isn't Xbox fanboys going, oh man, my PlayStation 5 sucks and it's overheating. No, this is actual PlayStation owners where this is happening. This one person said he cleans his PS5 regularly and ventilates it properly, and it happened during a moorball fight in the demo. A third times that he did the fight happened on numerous times in the same spot. On Reddit, saw 2 reports of a brand new PS5's overheating during the game as well. It's poor optimization. Some people are saying that that's the liquid metal doing work. That's Zaire's thing. You guys can see that as well. It's in here where he's in the middle of doing a boss fight and it gets really loud. Another person says, please fix Final Fantasy 16 overheat issues. A small cutscene should never overheat a PS5 console. The console is clean and on a well ventilated place. It only happens in your game, and most important, my PS5 is not full of dust. Another person says, please fix the overheat issues. I cleaned my PS5, was never actually dirty. It is properly ventilated. There are 2 fans in my room, and still it happened on the demo, and I was hoping though day 1 patch would fix it, but no, please help it. Final Fantasy is definitely using the full capabilities of the PS5. Other people are claiming that because of this, it's shutting down. So PlayStation consoles for a long time have been notoriously loud when it comes to playing games. I can remember playing The Last of Us Part 2 on my PS4 Pro, because that came out on PS4 Pro and not PS5, and that thing was really, really loud, and that's something that I thought was kind of interesting, a little bit of an interesting takeaway. It's not that you hate PlayStation or anything like that, but again, We saw some video from Digital Foundry also saying that the best way to play this game is 30 frames per second on PlayStation 5, and that, you know, the game is probably would have been better on Xbox Series X and things like that. So I find it to be very interesting that, you know, so many of these things are overheating and we're starting to see these problems. And when I look at this and I go, okay, well, you know, it is a weird situation to be sure. You know, I think a lot of other people kind of look at me and look at this in the same kind of way as well, that it's maybe an unfortunate design with the PlayStation 5. And this could be part of the reason why Sony supposedly has a different PlayStation 5 later this year, right? Like, I mean, let's just be honest about it. They're supposedly have one with a detachable drive that is going to come out later this year, and I think that that's going to be something that obviously people are like looking forward to and things like that. But maybe it's slightly better optimized. Maybe it's something, I don't know. But could you imagine? The other thing that I want to kind of point out is we're in the midst of all this bombshell information from all of these people, and could you imagine if we got to a place where Microsoft had a game that was shutting down consoles? It would absolutely be all over the place, right? Everybody would be talking about this. You wouldn't even be able to get around it, to be honest with you. Everybody would be talking about this, and yet here we are. This is happening on a lot of people's PlayStation 5s, and nobody is willing to talk about this. I think this is kind of crazy. I don't know if it's like a super widespread problem, but I do think that it is actually a you know, a problem that more people are having than what is being admitted here. So yeah, strange times. I think that the game maybe would have been better off to be you know, kind of one way or the other. I don't know. So yeah, like, take this as a warning. If you do have the game, make sure you have your PlayStation 5 in a ventilated area, and you know, make sure you also have ways to kind of, you know, just enjoy the game without having also make sure that you don't have a dust-filled PlayStation 5. You know, it's easy enough to take those panels off and kind of get an idea on what's going on there, and I think that that would be the smart thing to do, because again, if you're, like I said, if you're a PlayStation owner and, you know, you have these things kind of out there, then it's a possibility that this could happen. So I think that that is exactly what could be the outcome, and I don't want to see anybody's consoles overheat or blow up or any of these other things that are starting to happen. And hopefully we can start to see some people just be able to enjoy the game. Like, listen, I have nothing against the game or people that want to enjoy the game. It's not a knock, a cheap shot to take on Sony at this time or anything like that. It's just, honestly, you know, obviously this is something that is happening, and I feel like people should kind of be warned about it. You know, this is a actual thing that's happening, and people kind of don't take these things seriously, I don't think. So we'll see what happens. Have you guys had any problems? Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the game. I've heard mixed things. Some people like it, some people hate it. I don't know. Let me know. Have a great day. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crap Gamer 'em up. Thanks for watching. Crap Gamer out.